Ladies and gentlemen, if you are excited for Dragonball Sparking Zero, you are in the right place. Today we're just going to be going over everything you need to know about Dragonball Sparking Zero. And if you find anything interesting, or new, or exciting, or informative in this YouTube video that I've created, please consider liking and subscribing because I will be playing the hell out of this game until I die. I am going to lose sleep over this for sure. Alright, let's just start spitfiring the facts. Alright, to start things off, release information. You know, I gotta get the easy stuff out of the way. Game comes out on October 11th on pretty much every platform. You know, newest gen Xbox, I forget what it's called, PlayStation 5, and PC. I, for one, bought it on Steam. Very excited to see what kind of mods come out for this game. And if you pre-order it, which you can do right now, which I did myself, you can actually play the game on October 7th. And to clarify, I meant pre-order one of the, $100 editions. Pre-ordering the base game doesn't actually get you the early access, as far as I'm aware. Which is unfortunate, but I mean, were you really not gonna get the DLC? Like, you might as well get the super duper edition. I just spit on my keyboard. Alright, now we're gonna get into the meat and potatoes of this. The gameplay gameplay overview. Sorry. Oh my god. Now, for those who don't know, and if you don't know, I don't understand, like, why you're here. The game is a fast-paced 3D arena fighter with destructible environments and just a ton of different combos, crazy super blasts, etc., etc. It's very, very flashy, very awesome gameplay, as you probably see on screen with the B-roll. But there's actually a few new mechanics for veterans of the series. The Budokai Tenkaichi series, to be exact. And I guess, in a sense, the Raging Blast series for Dragon Ball as well, since they were practically successors to the Budokai Tenkaichi series. New features include the skill count, which is a number that rises as you execute moves during the battle, and is then spent to trigger special abilities. The short dash, a technique that lets you move at lightning speed. This change opens up more possibilities, such as dodging an opponent's attack with a short dash, unleashing a charged attack, or even a ki blast while moving, or linking to a dragon dash to pull off a huge move in one go. Sorry, I ate a ton of ice cream before doing this video, so I'm having a little autistic move right now in my brain with the stuttering. Revenge counter, a technique that lets you strike back while absorbing an enemy's attack. It is an action that enables high-speed attack and defense as seen in the original story, where characters can launch an attack even while being hit. Super Perception, a counter command that lets you counterattack in anticipation of various attacks, even ki wave type blasts. Vanishing Assaults, a technique that lets you approach an enemy instantly and pounce. Basically, the flash steps that they do in the anime. I'm pretty sure this was an older series, but on the wiki this is counted as a new feature. I guess maybe it functions differently, or maybe it's not. You don't have to actually attack. It's just the teleport basically. And on top of that, you can customize your characters, you can add different super moves, etc., etc. In Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, there are 7 classes that each character falls under. There's Ki Blast, Android, Speed, Sword, Giant, and Strength. I, for one, am very, very excited to play as the Giant class, because they get super armor on basically every hit, they're gigantic, and I'm a big fan of Godzilla, so being able to run around as, a giant monster and hurt people that way is very fun to me. Strength class is also something I'm looking forward to, since, I like playing the big brute classes, you know what I'm saying? Although I will enjoy Ki Blast, because I think Frieza's in that one too. I'm gonna play every single character. Let's not get it twisted. I'm gonna play everything. Speaking of characters, there's 182 characters in the game. That's right, 182 fighters. Although, obviously, what about the transformations? It's like 111 unique actual fighters, and then there's 72 variants of different, characters in it. So, there's like 8 Gokus, 8 Vegetas, etc. 111 unique fighters is still a crazy amount for the base roster. And on top of that, a lot of the transformations do change the character quite a bit. So it's not like they're scheming you out of something. DLC's gonna go crazy too. We already know we're getting Daima and the superhero movie characters, but what else are we gonna get? They give these games so much, you know, love and attention, right? Every Dragon Ball game gets like years and years of DLC, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's 20 plus characters worth of DLC coming our way, bare minimum, on top of different, you know, what if scenarios, etc., etc. There will be ranked, there will be normals, there will be tournament modes, you know, the usual stuff in the multiplayer. Unfortunately, there is not crossplay at this time. That is something I'm very upset about, especially as a PC player, because I know obviously PlayStation is probably going to have a lot more players, so, you know, the pool of people I can play with is a lot smaller. I mean, there's still a ton of people on Steam buying it. I think it's the top third selling right now. So there's gonna be a lot of people playing it on PC, right? So don't be afraid to get it on the console of choice that you want, but just know that there's no crossplay at the moment. Obviously, they're probably going to put it in at some point. I know they said there's some difficulty with it, and they don't have, like, technically plans to put it in, but it's a game in 2024, 2025. They're good. Crossplay is going to exist at some point. Like, let's be real. There's no reason not to have it in this day and age. It's a concept that's been around for over a decade at this point. It's pretty much a fundamental feature for video games that are on multiple platforms. If you pre-order the if you pre-order the standard edition, you get Gogeta, Gogeta Super Saiyan, Gogeta Super Saiyan, God Super Saiyan, which is Super Saiyan Blue, Broly, Broly Super Saiyan, Broly Super Saiyan Full Power. That's Super Broly, by the way, you know, from the movie, not, I guess they're both from movies. The canon one, the one that's not like, Kakarot, he's just, you know, screaming and he's like as strong as Beerus. Like, yeah, power scalers are gonna get upset with me on that one. I didn't mean it, I promise, but you know what I'm saying. And also you get Goku from Dragon Ball Daima when they turn him back into a kid again, because of course they did. I'm gonna watch it. I'm not a fan of that. This is the one thing I really didn't like about GT. If you get the digital only deluxe edition, you get to play it for 3 days early. Well, I guess if you pre-order the deluxe edition and it's digital, you can't really pre-order the physical one and still play 3 days early, because how are they gonna know, right? But if you get to play it 3 days early. You get the season pass for DLCs 1, 2, and 3, which will include 20 plus characters from Dragon Ball Superhero and Dragon Ball Daima. Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 are confirmed, which are androids. And Summon Shenron it's a way to unlock items. So I guess you get a free summon, right? That's going to be a mechanic where you can summon Shenron every now and then. Sorry, I'm like slurring my words and stuff. And then if you get the Ultimate Edition, you get all the bonuses from the Digital Deluxe Edition, plus an Ultimate Upgrade Package where you get Goku Super Costume with Power Pole. So Goku from Super gets his Power Pole, which is based, an emote voice set, which I don't even know what that, I guess there's, you know, you can add different emotes on characters, right? You can get like 4 slots and you can mix match emotes and stuff, you know, like Fortnite, I guess, for your characters. That's going to be one of the things you can customize. 2 player card backgrounds and a customization item. And you summon Super Shenron to unlock, you know, new items, obviously, but Super Shenron's like the big one with the Super Dragon Balls that are the size of planets, like that. I wonder what rewards you get from that. That's crazy. And then if you get the Collector's Edition, it includes all of those bonuses, as well as physical items like, you know, like, I guess it's a little figurine with Goku versus Broly, a voucher code for the upgrade pack, I guess, since it's, you know, it is a physical version, and a double-sided metallic bookmark. Who cares about this? And if anyone's worried about balancing, all right, I'm assuming this is how ranked is going to be, but this is just the mode in general, where you get this stuff called destruction points, I think they're called, or demolition points. You can play as, you know, any character, obviously, right? But those characters each have different point values. And when you're building a team of 5, a lot of those characters, you know, you can't put them all on the same team, right? You can't have a whole team of like Beerus, Super Saiyan 4, Gogeta, Super Saiyan Blue, Vegito, etc., etc. That would be broken, right? To balance this, they have point values and you get like a set amount of point values and you have to kind of spend those to add characters to your team. And another way they balance it is through kind of incentivizing you actually transforming. So, for example, why wouldn't I start out with Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks if I wanted to use Gotenks? Why would I instead have Trunks and Goten on my team and then fuse them and then transform them? Well, if you have a fully fused, you know, fully powered up fusion, or just fully powered up character in general, on your team, I'm pretty sure it costs more destruction points, but also you start out with less HP, and as well as different buffs, right? If you're the fully started out version, you have, I think, 3 health bars, whereas if you started out as, say, Goten and Trunks did the fusion dance, then transformed, you get a ton, and I mean a ton of HP, like health bars, on top of other buffs. Like, the game incentivizes you to kind of, you know, not cheat, I guess, essentially. Like, I mean, that's kind of the way you would play normally if you're just screwing around with friends, because it's enjoyable, right? You know, you feel like you're, oh, I'm really powering up this time, but now there's actual real world need to do that, which is fantastic. I love the way they implemented that mechanic. There's going to be plenty of what if scenarios. You know, for example, what if Goku lived when they killed Raditz, right? Or what if Goku went Super Saiyan versus Vegeta because Vegeta like went a little too overboard and killed Krillin or something. There might even be fusions of different characters that we've never seen before. They, I think the director or someone was asked who worked, it was like a dev or something, was asked whether or not that mechanic would be in it, because it was in previous Budokai Tenkaichi games as well as other Dragon Ball games, right? And when asked that, he didn't give a straight answer. He was just like, well, let's wait and see. You know, normally if it wasn't in the game at all, they would just say no, right? You don't want to get people's hopes up for something that's incorrect. But he didn't do that. He was more so kind of, you know, we don't want to spoil everything about the game. So there might be some cool stuff in there that we don't even know about. I'm sure you're already sold on the game already. Also, by the way, there's 2 different types of controls. I forgot to mention this. There's standard, which is the recommended way of playing it, and then there's classic, which is kind of similar controls to older Budokai Tenkaichi games, and I'm assuming also Raging Blast 2. They probably modernized the control scheme a little bit. I'm probably going to be using standard. I didn't actually play the old Budokai Tenkaichi games. I did play Raging Blast 2, but that was so long ago. This game was so well overdue, but my god, is it going to be worth it. Oh boy. If you found any of this enjoyable, please consider liking and subscribing. I'm sorry if I kind of rambled and was a little, you know, disorganized here. Let me know if I missed anything. I probably did. I didn't really make like a script for this video or anything. I kind of just went over all the information that I personally know. And stay tuned, because there's going to be a lot of Dragon Ball content on this YouTube channel in the near future. Follow me on Twitch too if you want to see me stream it live, because I'm sure as hell going to be doing that a lot more often than I do now. Oh my god, I can't wait, baby. I can't wait. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is going to be the best game ever.